Good evening, Master Enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, because it's time for Easter skins. Hooray! But what we also saw was every single Easter item being brought back. They've all returned, so I guess that's interesting, and I'll talk more about that. But basically, with what we see here, we've got a fairly nice big fat batch of skins and items, but only 10 skins. And there's some weird choice wording that I want to point out to all of you. So before we find out what's abnormal, I just want to bring this up to you. In the most recent blog post, of course, as you can see here, they say, hey, it's Easter, haha. But the choice of words that they use, for the next week. Does that mean we're only getting 1 week of Easter? And, well, that would mean one Easter Rust store? I don't know what's going on, but I've got to point out to you, Easter's happening on March 31st. Wouldn't it be odd if we have all the Easter stuff way before? Or, well, like we're not currently having Easter whilst it's actually Easter. Does that make sense to you? Like, I was under the assumption that this was going to last for 2 weeks until April Fool's Wipe. I'm just pointing this out. You might find out Easter might not be here next week. For the next week. Shouldn't that be 2 weeks? What is Easter? It's where the Easter Bunny lays a whole bunch of chocolate eggs and then the children have to eat them all. Don't you understand traditions? God, anyway, so. But anyway, keep an eye on this. Maybe we don't have an Easter Rust Store next week, which would probably explain why we got quite a lot of clothing accepted. Because if you understood, I made a big fuss talking about this, if I go back over to here. Not this. Here you go. We had over 130 Easter skins being produced. And about 80 of them were deplorables. Only about 20 of them were clothing and armour, which you can see right there. And about 25, 30 of them were weapons and tools. So to see a Rust store like this, with so much more clothing and armour compared to deplorables, I can't help but assume a lot of the skin creators are probably very upset right about now. Think of all the people that made sheet metal doors and garage doors and whatnot, but could we still see Easter next week? Maybe. And would it be deplorable heavy next week? I would expect so, but that's if we do see another Easter Rust Store next week. We shall see. So just wanted to point that out. Maybe we don't see that next week. Maybe we just have a regular Rust Store. The end of the month Rust Store, where we tend to see some strange picks, or like I said, Easter. So we'll find out when that happens. So let's go ahead and find out what is and isn't abnormal. So I've got to avoid all the returning items. Let's just select all the new things. Here we are. Yes, yes, yes. And over to here with the Burlap clothing. Right, so that's not abnormal. Every brand new item introduced to the game is always abnormal, so don't forget that. So the chicken costume, of course, is abnormal. And it costs $10. And I've already bought a whole bunch. Right, this is not abnormal. This is not abnormal. This is not abnormal. This is abnormal. Easter Neon large box, continuation of the small box from last year. Very nice, very cool. And then, of course, we got the likes of this not being abnormal. The AK-47 is abnormal, and the hatch door is abnormal. The Sweet Treat Burlap clothing is not abnormal. So just to clarify, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4 Easter skins to chase after, if you so wish. But we will be talking about the potential financial problems with Easter skins. Just, you know, it's holiday themed skins. You know exactly what I'm going to say. So let's just close all of that up. Very nice to see. Now, with the Rust Store rotation taking place, and it was an early Rust Store, this happened 5 hours ago, 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. Well, of course, our skins from the past week, of course, became marketable. So the regular skins became marketable. Here is the final result for all the skins. The Oil Spill MP5 did just under 18,000 bare minimum sales. Under 18,000 subscriber count. Now, there's probably a whole lot more of these in circulation. Don't rule out the possibility of private accounts that bought a whole bunch. We shall see. And of course you can see the likes of the Blackberry Furnace doing about 15,000 sales and the Cloud-based Garage Door doing just under 15,000 sales, or bare minimum sales, or subscriber count, you understand what I mean. So over to here, first of all, let's go take a look at the likes of the regular skins that rotated, that appeared after the rotation. So this just became marketable a few hours earlier. The barders are looking pretty okay. Sure, alright then, so that's got 6,000 barders for some strange reason. Now, I actually didn't do a barder in this. I just wasn't really super enthusiastic, I'm sorry to say. So I didn't really attack the new regular skins, same thing here. Now again, you might sit there and say, Hedge, it's listed at $5. Does that mean it's worth $5? No, people actually have to want to buy it. So yeah, Skullforce AK-47, whilst it might have listings like that, I don't think that's going to hold. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go below its $2 price. And the barders, as you can see here, they're not really sizing up. You know what, I didn't make too much of a fuss about this. So this also sold for $2, but yeah, I don't think that's going to hold up the price. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes below $1. Same with the likes of the AK-47. With the likes of the sheet metal door, well, I did sit here and say, can't help but assume it's going to probably go down to about 50 cents. Well, lo and behold, that's where everybody put their barders. At the moment, you've only got listings of about $3.40, but will it go lower than that? Wouldn't be surprised. Keep an eye out. Don't be surprised if it goes super cheap. Then we've got the likes of the inflatable tools, inflatable stone tools to be precise. Same thing, they're only listing them at certain high prices, but at some point someone's going to cave in, list theirs at a much lower price, and then suddenly it's doomed. All the stone tool skins we've seen over the past few years have not fared well. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is, okay? So stone hatchet and pickaxe, whilst they might appear to be quite valuable now, I don't think people are actually paying those prices, so don't be fooled by that. And with the barter support that they have, yeah, I don't think it's going to even hold up above $1. So we'll see what happens next. Right, over to here with the abnormals from last night. Of course, we had the Blackberry Furnace. Now, some people were listing theirs at a fairly cheap price. Things got a little bit awkward. I even removed my higher price buy order. I wasn't 100% confident that everything was going to stay okay, but as of now, for a $2 skin, it seems to be in a better spot. So just to quickly verify, we were seeing listings all the way down to about $1.40 last night. Well, they've disappeared. Now we only have $3 listings, so maybe it'll hold. We shall see. We shall see. And with the support that it has, it could do quite all right. Nothing super strong all the way up to $2, but we'll see. As time goes on, maybe it works out quite all right. Just to verify, it did about 15,000 sales. That's not a ridiculous amount, but it's still quite a fair bit. We'll see if the likes of its special interior will help it stand out and get a lot of love. Will it work out all right from here and now? And will we actually potentially see continuations being accepted in the near future? Ooh. So we'll have to find out, but for now, it seems to be doing okay. Next up, we had the clan-based garage door, sold for $2.49, came out literally the week after we had the likes of the cool-looking blocky rig garage door. Well, this only ended up doing about, let's just remind ourselves, just under 15,000 sales, bare minimum. And, well, it seems to be okay. Nothing, like, super amazing. Last night, we saw the highest buy order only went up to about $1.60, but as time has gone on, we can see some more people put some barders down. Will that be strong enough to keep the price up? Was there enough of them where we could potentially see some problems later down the line? Well, at the moment, it seems to be okay. But it's only been marketable for about a few hours. Well, actually, no, this is abnormal. It's been marketable for about almost a day. As time goes on, when more people are able to list theirs, judge it then. Judge it in about a week or two's time. Because everybody who would have been able to sell theirs has had the opportunity to do so, and you would see potentially a lot more of them on the Steam market and whatnot. So, Deus, you're asking questions that I'll save for later on. I'm going through last week's skins, mate. Come on, chill out. Chameleon Python. So this sold for $2.49. And as you can see here, the barders aren't really matching up to that whatsoever. No, not happening, I'm afraid. So is it a problem with the likes of the weapon itself? Are people not super enthusiastic for Chameleon Collection anymore? Who knows? But it did sell okay. I mean, it did like 11,000 sales. It's not a ridiculous amount, but it's not exactly a ton. I think it'll be okay, but with the barders that it currently has, I'm worried that it's going to probably dip below its rust price. And last night I did assume that would happen, so we shall see, we shall see. So in regards to that, that's fine for now, but how bad could things potentially get? Well, I just want to confirm to all of you, last night the Copenhagen 2024 stickers did release. Yes, I can confirm that. So if we could just quickly hop over to here, I'm referencing the CS2 major that's currently going on. These stickers got delayed, so you see all of these team logos, where if I were to hop over to here and show you this, scroll down to the bottom, all of these buy orders that you see here, all of these very pricey, expensive, shiny looking stickers, well, the Counter-Strike economy goes crazy for these things, and let me just show you this. So for what you see here is a fairly pricey looking sticker right there, for example. $5 for now, but there will be a 75% discount for the sticker capsules. Therefore, these are going to be found a lot easier. So as you can see, initially, when the capsules are at a higher price, the demand is strong enough that people are willing to pay these prices. But when the capsules are cheaper and therefore a whole lot more approachable and affordable to open and whatnot, people are going to go crazy. They're going to want to get some quick funds. And unfortunately, people who are involved in the likes of the Rust economy very likely will liquidate and sell these skins. And of course, that leads to prices for Rust skins going down. More people selling leads to prices going down. But hopefully, we will see a nice turnaround around the summertime. So this is the big hope. But typically, every single year, around the springtime, we do see a dip in the player count. But it's the summertime where we see some nice growth. You know, with the likes of the summer sale and whatnot. And hopefully with a very nice update on the horizon. There is big talks about a brand new biome on the horizon. What will that biome be? We don't know. Nothing's been confirmed. People have been spreading rumours about a new island, a volcano or something. We don't know. But we look forward to finding out. And I would be under the impression that they want to put out a very big fat update for the summer when loads of people are playing. Makes sense, doesn't it? So don't be too upset in regards to the current situation today. Look forward to tomorrow. That's the best thing I can say, basically. So those were the final sales for the skins right here. Let's now go ahead and take a look at all of these Easter skins, and we'll try our best to figure out what potentially might be a nice investment. So first of all, let me just get this across. Holiday theme skins. You should not trust holiday theme skins to be perfectly fine investments. We recently had the likes of Lunar New Year. How are they holding up? Well, there you go. Long Double Door's doing all right, but all the other ones, you're doing okay, you're doing okay, but that's a whole different story. And the Rocket Launcher's still doing all right. Fair enough. You know, good for you. But all of these other items, skins and whatnot, yeah, not looking pretty. Not looking pretty at all. And then, of course, we have Christmas. So let's go remind ourselves of the Christmas skins that we just had a good couple months back. Same thing. Yeah, don't worry about those. That was a whole different story. But the Christmas theme skins, as you can see, they're not holding up very well because it's not Christmas anymore. Does that make sense to you? So basically, whilst it might be Easter time right about now, you should be well aware that the second it's not Easter, these are out of season. They don't really make sense to run around with and whatnot. Might be a fair bit awkward. Now, some of them aren't like screaming at you saying they're Easter themed, so maybe that might be all right. But we can still look at some of these skins and try and figure out, could there be any potential with them? Also, we also need to question the chicken costume, don't we? So, shall we jump in and shall we proceed from the top selling skins so far? So, with a positive note, Easter Chick Hammer's interesting. Why? It's the first marketable hammer skin we've had in 2 years. I am so happy that I never have to bring up this statistic. I can't speak words anymore. I've gone mad, sorry. I've brought up this point so many times. I kept going on and on and on and on and on. Guys, we haven't had a marketable hammer skin since the Toxic Hammer, which came out at the beginning of March 2022. Well, I'm so happy I never have ever have to bring that up again, because we finally have a cool looking Easter Chick hammer right here. And look at the size of that. He's got a massive hammer right there. Well, he's a hammer. That's what I'm saying. Cute little thing. Continuation of the sheep door that we had last year. I think he would be appreciated, loved, and I think he might do quite all right for the future. Now, first of all, does it scream Easter to you? Well, I mean, kind of, I guess. If you're really caring about, the origin, yeah, of course. But it's just a cute little hammer skin. You're going to smash his head in against all the walls. Cool, look at the size of that. Anyway, moving on. So, Easter Chick Hammer. I'm optimistic, but it's interesting because I can't definitively give you a good answer. What do you mean? What do you mean about that? Because we haven't had a marketable hammer skin in forever. So basically, every single hammer skin is in the positive. Positive, 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 positive. Because we have not had any hammer skins in the Rust store for such a long time. They've all gone up in price. So I have to question you now. Do you reckon we're going to start seeing a lot more hammer skins from here and now in the Rust stores? I will sit here and say I have seen so many people with notable collections trying to get their hammer skins accepted. I'm talking like From Hell collection, I can't remember. Did we have a No Mercy hammer? Something like that? Just understand, people who have big collections that people like and care about, we did not see them being accepted. But now we finally see one being accepted. Cool, nice, awesome. And yes, I should point out, of course, this is its own special little collection right here. I guess we can expect an Easter chick skin every year from here on now. I'm not saying no. So, I don't know if we're going to see more hammer skins. And yes, every single week when I look at the Rust Workshop skin checks, it's common to see someone's produced a hammer skin. It's fairly normal. It's expected. So, what do you reckon? If you think, no, Hedge, I don't think we're going to see hammer skins that much. I think we'll probably at best see maybe 1 or 2 Twitch drops every single year, like we already do at the moment. Then maybe the Easter chick hammer is going to be perfectly fine. Maybe it's going to be just fine as it is. Now, you also should question, how many sales is it going to have? Because I get the feeling people probably aren't going to go super crazy for these Easter skins. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I kind of said it to my chat, guys. I feel relieved that we have Easter skins because I don't have to go, worry about having a ton of money readily prepared to be able to do balders and whatnot. I don't even feel like I have to rush towards any of these. But with the hammer skin there, it's got me curious. Problem is, it's not abnormal. We can't use the abnormal time to our advantage. The best thing we can do is look at that on Wednesday and consider what we're going to do and how we're going to approach it. I'm optimistic for it. I think it could work out well. And I don't think we'll be seeing any more hammer skins being accepted for the time being. However, with that finally being accepted, with us finally seeing a hammer skin being accepted, surely other skin creators have noticed and probably are thinking, well, you know what? I reckon I'll go make a hammer skin now, because after seeing that finally being accepted, why not? And I kind of brought up this point from the likes of Halloween last year. The very second we saw one fridge skin being made and accepted, suddenly everybody wanted to make a fridge skin, so that got accepted. That sold very well, 25,000 sales. We saw many attempts, many people putting out some very creative, interesting designs. We didn't see a fridge skin until the likes of Christmas time, however, but even then, that was an awesome, cool looking fridge skin as well. So what I'm saying is, during that period of time from October to all the way to the likes of this Christmas time point here, I saw tons and tons and tons of people producing fridge skins, because they were like, well, From Hell Fridge just did 25,000 sales. I want something like that. I think SGMM's having a bit of a problem here. Oh no, don't start being weird. Come on, just work for me. No! Oh no, don't do this to me, not now. So, point I'm trying to get across is, I think the chick hammer seems to be in a reasonable spot. Unfortunately, I am not in a reasonable spot. So what I'll do is I'll skip ahead until this starts working again, and then we'll proceed to talk about the rest of the skins. So, with that... Alright people, sorry about that weird little thing that happened. It only lasted a few minutes, so let's just continue. So we just talked about the likes of the Easter chick hammer. I feel positive about it, but I want to see how many sales have happened. But for now, I'm optimistic, alright? Let's move on. Easter Neon Large Box. So this is a continuation of Mr. Epic's small box from last year, and in fact, we actually got a series of them accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if for Halloween we see a large box version of this, and for Christmas a large box version of this. And well, do you reckon he might get them all accepted as well? We shall see. So he's got a theme going, it's alright, but I am not super enthusiastic for, well, storages. Let's just go take a look at all the most recent storages that we've had and how they currently look. And oh dear. Right. This actually rose up in price quite nicely for a small period of time. Then it went back down. I believe that was a pump. So let's just quickly verify that one more time as we take a good look at it. What do we see? It was rising up very highly here, and then it trended back downwards. Something went on there. I don't think that was legit. So, looking at the state of all the storage skins that have appeared over the past year or two, and as you can see, that's doing alright, that's doing alright. All the other ones, not so much. Oh, Tempered's doing alright. So, I'm a bit 50-50. Now, again, if you go even further back, you see the likes of the Graffiti Storage Collection. I don't think we can count that. It's a storage collection, of course, that has a whole lot more demand. So, specifically looking at the state of this large box, a holiday theme box, well, do you know what? We can actually compare to something that would kind of give us a good idea of how this is going to end up at. We could look at the Neon Snowflake large box. So looking at this right now, I can't help but assume this is where the likes of our Easter storage is going to end up at. But I think this is actually starting to get bought out at the moment because a lot of people know Christmas tends to be a whole lot better compared to the likes of... Christmas is better than Easter is what I was trying to say. So keep an eye out, and hey, as I said, while skin prices are cheap, you might want to consider looking at all of those Christmas skins. Whilst it might be a long-term investment, things like that are going to be rising up in price in the lead up to the next Christmas. Better than last year, I hope. So I can't help but assume that's its fate. It's going to end up down by at least 25% and potentially even lower. But you know, when times are better, maybe around the summertime, will that perform better? I hope so. I think it'd be nice. But I still stand by my point. I can't help but assume that's going to go below its rust price. So we're better off doing a buy order. This is abnormal. We can look at this on Wednesday night, discuss what we might want to do, how we approach it. But again, how many sales will that actually have? Do you honestly think everyone looking at all of these skins is going to buy tons of these? I think everyone's just probably avoiding it. And I think that could actually work out very nicely for these skins as an investment. Maybe not for the skin creators, but as an investment, the less sales we see, all the better for it to rise up in price in the future. So, yeah. Right, let's go ahead and look at the likes of this hatched door. Perfectly fine, cute thing. Sheep metal door, oh, that's a problem. And it's a holiday themed door, that's another problem. So, at the very least, if you like any of these Easter themed skins, by all means buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. But as a potential investment, I've got to be super realistic with you. Looking at the state of all the sheep metal doors that we've had so far this year, which is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, they're not doing super great at the moment, which is unfortunate. Our most recent holiday themed skins, the Year of the Dragon door and the Valentine skin door, well, oh dear, yeah, they're not doing super great, are they? However, we are going through the Easter dip, and of course, as I said, we are currently going through the likes of the CS2 Major taking place with all of its stickers. Lots of money is being thrown at CS2 at the moment, okay? So please acknowledge that. So with the state of this hatch door, being realistic with you, I don't think it's going to be a nice investment. Cute idea, funny, silly, but it's not going to hold. It is Easter themed, and in a week or two's time it's going to be out of season, and then people suddenly won't care about it. That is the unfortunate realistic approach with this. So acknowledge that, keep that in mind. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, okay? So feel free to go ahead and, you know, make a purchase if you really like it, but I'm going to stick with doing a buy order, and I think it might be a low ball buy order. Honestly, I think I might not even bother doing a buy order. I don't really want to jump in, much like the facet sheet metal door. I just didn't even bother. Hey, I'm sorry, I really am, but yeah. Again, if you like it, show your support. If you don't want to lose money in terms of investing and whatnot, I'd just step away. Right, Blaster SAR, congratulations, Slivkey. How many skins have you had accepted so far? 2. Well done, buddy. Yeah, you had a Christmas skin and now an Easter skin. So, we got ourselves this Blaster SAR right here, looking cute, looking very nice. Cute little bunny with all his carrots. Oh, how cute, how cute. Problem. It's Easter themed. I'm sorry to say. You know, I'm going to say it. It's not going to hold. Go take a look at all the SAR skins from recent past. And what do we see? Don't break again. There we go, thank you. Well, Thundergold SAR's doing alright, but that sold hardly anything. So that worked out in its favour. So that's a point I've already mentioned, but we can verify that. Because this did not sell that much, but it's part of a well-established and in-demand collection, that actually worked out alright in the future. So, currently right now, come on, load up, thank you. This only has 44 quantity in the Steam market, people like it, it's selling nicely, it's doing reasonable sales, it's held up its value, that's doing okay. But will this always stay in demand? Will this always hold up its value and whatnot? As a holiday theme skin, I don't think so. Thundergold's doing alright, all of these other skins, well, not really, no. Blackout's doing alright, yeah, Blackout, but yeah, SAR skins in general, you can see there's problems. So, I can't help but assume there's going to be problems with this as well. I can't help but assume this is going to probably go down to about $1. And I'm very sorry to say that, but by all means, if you like it, show your support to skin creators, consider buying it, and enjoy having it. Dress up as a bunny and, you know, kill all the humans. Right, moving on. Here we have a cute little Happy Easter AR set up and created by Sunart. And as you can see, cute little bunny, lovely. But it's heavily Easter themed. So you know the unfortunate fate that I'm going to sit here and say. Whilst cute, whilst silly, whilst nice and pretty, it's a holiday theme skin. Aim down the sight. What do we see? Yep, it's a nice pink aim sight. Very useful for every single environment. But hey, guess what? It's another AK. Yay! We haven't been getting many of those recently, have we? No. How many weeks is it now in a row? 7? I think it's 7 weeks in a row now. We are currently, what? We are currently 11 weeks into the year, and we've got 11 AK-47s. Yes. Right, so... holiday theme skin, AK-47. Go take a look at the vast majority of these AK-47s. What do you see? They are pretty down bad. Pretty down bad, yes indeed, yes they are. It's not a pretty sight to see, and I'm very sorry to say, whilst this is listed at $2.49, don't be surprised if it ends up going below $1. We've seen it happen multiple times already this year. $3.49 skins. Mystic Dragon and the El Diablo AR. Come on, load up, 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 load up. There we go. Where are you? Yep. $3.49 down to barely over $1. El Diablo, $3.49 down to 87 cents. So don't sit there and say, oh, that's ridiculous. It happened twice. Right, let's move on. Chocolate Easter has continued with a new core piece. Right, not everybody is probably aware of this, but a good 2 years ago we had the Chocolate Easter Tier 2 armor, and now we've just seen the likes of the hoodie pants being accepted. But you might notice Face Punch didn't realise these were continuations. They gave these a different name. Just want to clarify to all of you, this is supposed to be Chocolate Easter Hoodie, Chocolate Easter Pants. They are a collection made by the same person, Pretex. Just to confirm, these are all the skins Pretex has made. Yeah, you can see that. So consider looking at this. I do believe we might have seen a few sales happen, a bit of a boost in demand, but I don't think it's that much. So let's just go get a good look. I don't think anyone's even noticed. Oh, that's a shame. I don't think... Oh, what? There you go. 62 sales have happened 5 days ago. Huh. Well, you know, that's life, I guess. I don't think people realise this was a continuation, and I don't think it's going to budge that much. That's a shame. If I were to look at the front page of the Rust Steam market, you don't see any Easter-themed skins. Maybe it happened earlier, and I will confirm that in a second, but... yeah, doesn't look like that even changed that much. Well, that's unfortunate. So you're going to probably sit there and say, Hedge, do I want to jump in and buy some of those hoodie and pants? I probably wouldn't. But in the lead up to next Easter, if we do see the likes of Chocolate Easter Tier 3 being produced, maybe it might be better. How many sales is this going to have compared to this? I honestly think this is going to sell less than this. Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? The gloves did go up in price a fair bit. I will point this out. This is boosted back up to $1. So let's just quickly show you this. There you go. Only 18 on the market. And yep, it's around $1. So some people did go ahead and jump in and buy some of these. Not a lot, but it happened. So cool. Yeah, that is what it is. So shall we move on to the Burlap clothing? Congratulations to Mr. Duck. He got a continuation of his sweet treat clothing from the previous year. The boonie hat and the bandana have had a spike in demand, and we can show that to you right now. Get a good look at this. Yep. So what do we see right there? 80 cents. It boosted up from about 50 cents earlier. Yep, so this did about 30 sales today. Went up a little bit. And then over to here, the likes of the Sweet Treat bandana. Get a good look at this. Yep. 65 cents now. Earlier, this was sitting at about 40 cents. But now, with a decent amount of sales. How many sales did we see in total? About 50. Yeah, this has boosted back up. So this is something you do need to be aware of. Primitive skins. If we do see more primitive skins being accepted in a collection, yes, we do see a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price, and we just proved that right there. Whilst it wasn't really that much higher, it still was an improvement. So next year, what do we expect? Hide shoes, maybe some burlap shoes, maybe some leather gloves, maybe a cool-looking, strange-looking, sweet treat disco mask. Shut up, chat. I didn't say disco, I said disco. Shut up. I know you're going to say it. So anyway, with what we see there, would the likes of the burlap clothing, would that be a potential nice investment? Well, we're not going to see any continuations for at least another year. So personally speaking, look at the state of what the sweet treat bandana and the boonie hat was earlier today, and I'm sorry to say, but it very likely might end up like that, or maybe people will appreciate the cute, stupid looking design. It's got eggs all over him, but hey, if you want to look goofy, but stylish at the same time, ever so nice and sweet, well, you got something there to run around in and be goofy with. Hey, some people do appreciate stuff like that. So, at the very least, you got a nice little setup for Easter for the next 10 or so days. So, consider buying some just for the sake of you like it. It's up to you. But in terms of investment, I don't think it's going to be doing super great. Sorry to say. Right, and then moving on to the final skin of this batch. It is the Chocolate Hunter MP5, a continuation of the Thompson that we had a good few years ago. Just to clarify, that Chocolate Hunter Thompson came out back when? 3 years ago, damn. Oh, and that was a continuation of the bow skin. I completely forgot about that. Well, congratulations, Mr. MDE. It is an MP5, and that's also a problem. MP5s. We literally just had an MP5 literally the past week, didn't we? Well, at the moment, it's doing all right because it's only just become marketable. But if you saw my talk, how I approached this last night, well, I mean, here you go. Here's the video over to here. The Abnormal Builders video right here. Feel free to go ahead and watch these videos. Me showcasing how I approach the skins. I wait until the likes of Wednesday. I assess the skins. I review them. I consider, well, what are all the positives? What are all the negatives? I bring up all the context. Then we come up with a decision in regards to how much we want to offer for them. So consider giving that a good watch. Anyway, last night I had to discuss what we're going to do in regards to the Oil Sport MP5. I sat there and said, guys, it's not necessarily a problem with the skin. It's the weapon itself. As you can clearly see, the skins are not selling very well. It's a very unfortunate sight, but it does show signs of perhaps there's problems in regards to gun demand. If people don't actually use the weapon itself that much, where's the justification to own a bunch of skins to apply to it? Does that make sense? So, at the moment, MP5 seems to be a fair bit down bad at the moment. Now, in regards to this holiday-themed MP5, I'm very sorry to say, but do not be surprised if it ends up going below $1. So, in regards to that, you're probably better off just doing like a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. Sorry, but it is what it is. So those were all of the, the skins. It is what it is. Let's now talk about our brand new chicken costume. So as I said earlier, with every brand new item introduced to the game, they are automatically abnormal. What are we going to do in regards to the chicken costume? Well, I feel like the best thing we could do for a $10 skin such as this is just go look at the egg suit. Egg suit came out last year officially, don't forget, officially, right? And that sold for $10. And well, this did go down in price quite a fair bit. So at one point, at its lowest point, as you can see over to here, oh god, here we go. Sorry, I've made a mistake. I've got to like refine my search here. Here we go. Sorry again. If you don't remember, the egg suit could be found in high quality bags for a very brief period of time. So it was supposed to come out in Easter 2022, but at the last minute, Facepunch decided no, we're not satisfied with it. We're not going to release it this year. But people still managed to find some in the high quality bag. So that's why initially it was selling for absurd prices. But when it appeared for Easter 2023, price went down to $10, the price that they intended to sell it for. Anyway, look at this low point right here. This went all the way down to about $4, slightly above $4. So with something like that, as you can see, goofy, you can draw all over it. That still went down by 60%, all right? And only today has it risen up in price because it got reintroduced at a higher price in the Rust store compared to the Steam market. So if I go back over to here, if you look at its current prices, so if I go to here right now, you can see it was a bit awkward for a period of time. It was going down, it went up, down, 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 up a fair bit down. But today, it did have a bit of a spike because like I said, people who went to the Rust store today saw this at $8, but then it would have told them, before you proceed to buy this for $8, you do realise you can go buy this for $5 in the Steam market right now instead. And people did that. They bought out all the stock, and now it's boosted back up to $6.50. Will that last? No. It'll go back down in price after a while. So if you happen to own one of these, I would recommend that you sell them. But the point is, from what we've learned from here, I can't help but assume, whilst this is very goofy, very silly, and people might be appreciating it now, I don't think it's going to retain its value forever. Yes, it's wooden pants skin. It's very nice. That's awesome, but it's not exactly super helpful for you, is it? Looking as if you're running around in a chicken all the live long day. Now, I can understand a lot of people would greatly appreciate that. I reckon some people would probably spend a whole server wipe running around in a chicken costume. Proudly. So, hey, I don't think it's going to retain its value, but a perfect thing to buy order. I will be doing bars on that. I will be chasing after that next Wednesday night, rolling into Thursday morning. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Problem is, we don't know how many have sold. All right? This is made by Face Punch. We can assess how many sales have happened by subscriber count with the skin creators, because they have an actual workshop page, for example. I can see this is 1,568 current subscribers. We can't do that with items. We can't do that with items. The best thing SCMM can do is assess accounts that let them be seen by SCMM themselves. So we actually had this problem in regards to Lunar New Year not too long ago. We were trying to figure out how many rocket launchers do we even have, the Dragon rocket launcher I'm talking about. So over to here. I don't know how many of these actually exist. It's got to be a lot more than 1,000, for example. But hey, that still worked out quite alright. That was in demand. That was special. That was very unique. A rocket launcher, which we don't get many of. And, when you shoot it, it shoots flames and whatnot. That was cool. That ended up in the positive. But this right here, this piece of armour, I guess you could say, I don't think it's going to retain its value, I'm sorry to say. And again, loads of people were really optimistic thinking this egg suit was going to be amazing because you could change its colour and have it be any camouflage you want. Well, at the end of the day, it wasn't very protective. So, with what we have here, I think I might probably just be sticking with maybe at best a $5 buy order. Because I've learned from the likes of the egg suit. Now, if you think, no, Hedge, it's special, I like it, I'm going to offer more, by all means, offer more if you want to. But don't be surprised that gets brought back next year. Will it be brought back for $10? Or much like the egg suit, will it go down to $8? Ooh, got to keep an eye out for that. So yeah, that's just items in general. We do expect them to be reintroduced. And with the state of these hats, what we have right here, okay, those hats, okay, they got reintroduced at higher prices, and the exact same scenario, because they were cheaper on the Steam market, people noticed this, people started to buy out the stock. So right now, this is currently listed at $2.83. Earlier, or rather 2 days ago, I guess you could say, this was selling for at best about $2. And I've actually sold a few today already. Oh yeah, I just sold some more. Hey! So yeah, we've had a nice bit of a bump in sales. 60 sales so far today. Price did improve, but that won't last forever. So if you own any Nest hats, yes, I would recommend you might want to sell them whilst you can. I don't know if we're going to have Easter for 2 weeks, or just one, or at least 2 Easter rush stores, we shall see. But yeah, both of these hats have had a bit of a rise in price today, but it's definitely not as good as what we had before. Let me put it that way. So yeah, reintroduced items. So as long as they are reintroduced at a higher price than what they're selling for in the Steam market, things can work out very nicely for them. Even the Easter Door Reef. If you remember the story in regards to what I said for the egg suit, back in 2022, the egg suit was supposed to come out, but at the last second, Face Punch decided, nah, we don't like it. But they needed to replace it with something, and the only other item to replace it with was the Easter Door Reef. And well, tons of them got bought. Why? Because at that time, when it got reintroduced, it was selling on the Steam market for around $10 a piece. And I'm not joking. Get a good look at that. Look at that difference in price. The Easter Door Reef was introduced in 2019, but for 3 years, it wasn't brought back. It kept rising and rising and rising in price. Lo and behold, surprise reintroduction! All the way down to about 30 cents at its lowest point. But now, because it was reintroduced at a higher price, at 99 cents, it's been boosted back up to 60 cents. Cool. Will that last? I don't think so. Will people be buying these from the Rust store? I bet not. Just buy it from the Steam market. So, hey, that was Easter. I'm not exactly super enthusiastic. I get that. I know. I tried to express that properly. Like I said, if you like the skins, by all means, buy them, use them, enjoy them, support these skin creators. But if you're looking at this trying to buy 50 and hopefully wanting to flip them for a profit in the future, it's slim pickings. Holiday theme skins are risky, and I just wouldn't bother. But for a decent buy order, things could still work out quite alright, maybe. But with the expectation that these probably aren't going to sell very well, you might see something from here getting manipulated at some point in the future. And something like that did actually happen today. So as I go over to here to the previous year's Easter skins. Yep, it might be week 2. We'll find out in a second. Right, I'm looking for the tools. I just saw someone buy out all of the Easter stone hatchets from the previous year right here. The cheapest listing is now $8.70. Could this be the potential beginnings of a brand new pump? It looks like it. So things like this do happen. And how many sales did it do last year? Only 4,000. Right. So you've got to keep an eye on random things like this. This applies to Christmas, Halloween, Easter. We don't always tend to see ridiculous sales for certain skins, and that leads to them being very vulnerable to being manipulated at some point in the future, and that looks like it's happening right there. So, interesting. Keep an eye on it. And that's it. That's everything. I've said everything that I needed to say. At the very least, you should keep an eye on the likes of the Rust Workshop. So, will we see a normal Rust store next week? I was just talking to my chat how we have some interesting Burlap skins potentially on the horizon. We also have the likes of a continuation of the Cyber collection. We've got the likes of Damascus jacket, Comics jacket. Yes, there's another attempt for a white jacket skin. What do you reckon? Ooh. We also have the likes of Soulless Legion Tier 3. That could be a nice continuation. And over to here, with the likes of all the cool looking weapons and whatnot, you got like Banana Revolver, you got the Wolf Thompson. I'm a fan of this. This is ridiculous. But in terms of creativity, I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So, yeah, consider looking at my newest Rust Workshop skin checks video for all the newest skins. But again, not 100% sure what next week's Rust store is going to be. But at the very least, if you want to be aware of all the regular non-holiday theme skins consider giving that a good watch. Remember, I always add chapters if you just want to skip ahead to all the interesting continuations that might take your fancy. Right then, chat. So, Legacy... Oh, no more Legacy set. No more Legacy Kevlar. Okay. So he's not allowed... Okay, alright then. So apparently we're not allowed to see any more Legacy Kevlar skins. If you're hoping for that... Oh well. Right, XTA Deus earlier asked me a question. He said... Or asked, I should say. What did he ask? So basically he asked that question way too early. If he asked it now, it'll be perfectly fine. He said, Hedge, sorry if you've already mentioned it, but do you still have the impression most of the Rust skin prices could continue to go down, or are we seeing some improvements? My impression is, when we see the 75% discount come out for the sticker capsules for the CS2 Major, which will probably happen in about maybe 2 or 3 weeks' time, that's where we start to see problems potentially potentially worsen. So there is another thing that I should say. Many of you are probably well aware that prices have been going down regardless recently. Maybe they've already reached their lowest point. This was a discussion I had with some people. If I could bring up this video over here. So back over to here. In this little update video, I actually do bring up the point that I think some skins have already reached their lowest point. And from here on now, leading towards the summertime, they're probably only going to start rising in price. Maybe not dramatically rise, but gradually, slowly, getting there, bit by bit. You know what I mean? So consider that. Please give this a good watch just to understand my current thoughts in regards to the situation for Easter. But I kind of wouldn't be so super surprised if we do see prices still go down lower. That's the point I'm trying to get across. I do still think people will liquidate Rust skins to then go throw at the brand new sticker capsules. Get rid of skin box. I mean, I can't say that. It's up to people what they do with their servers. Regardless of season, regardless of player count, if Face Punch removes skin box mod, skin prices would go up. Probably, yeah. But then people would probably feel really upset that they're forced to use skins. Like, I don't think that's something they want to do. Forced to compete against people who have the most expensive best camo sets, that's not exactly fair, is it? So to have the option to just have any skin at, per request, yeah. And I know, Adrix, you are correct. In regards to what said, in regards to Legacy set, Kosem said he did want to make a jacket, but if a German guy has passed on word from the likes of Face Punch saying that it's finished, no more, then I guess it's no more. Right, life's not fair. Well, welcome to life, my friend. That's life. Okay, so keep an eye on the commits. April Force Wipe is just around the corner, and we've been seeing some very interesting things. More work is being done on the minigun. Yep. Not sure where that's going to be placed. Is that going to be put in a helicopter or on a boat, or is it something you can actually walk around with? Who knows? But that is going to be something potentially on the horizon. Harbour, of course, looks like it's basically wrapping up and should be ready for April. I jumped the gun last month thinking it would be ready for the March Force wipe. No. April seems to be the case. I haven't seen any mentions recently in regards to bikes. Whilst there was a lot of work being done somewhat recently, it seems to have stopped. I get the feeling bikes won't be ready for April, but again, we'll have to wait and see. And what else was mentioned very recently? Wellipets boots. No, Wellipets hat. Wellipets hat. So I get the feeling we're getting a continuation for our frog boots. You know how if you bought the game before early access, or rather when it was in early access, but then Rust came out of early access, everybody got rewarded with some frog boots. Oh, there you go, there's bikes. Hey! Wellipets has been mentioned, if I could just find that real quickly. It was mentioned a lot yesterday. Where are you? Wellipets. Where are you? There we go. Wellipets hat. I think we're getting something that's going to pair up quite nicely with the likes of our frog booties. If you aren't aware, let me just quickly go verify this real quickly. If I go over to here, go to my inventory. Come on. Thank you. Frog boots. Oh, they're right there. Yeah. Everybody got these for free if you bought the game whilst it was in early access. I think we're getting a continuation. I think we're getting a goofy little frog hat. And the reason why I say that is purely because we have nothing else in the game that relates to Wellington boots. Only those frog boots are Wellington boots. So I think we're getting something goofy. But what for? It wasn't for Easter. It's not like it's the anniversary or notable anniversary for Rust coming out of early access. So I don't know. I think they're just doing it because why not? And of course, don't forget, we're also getting the likes of the retro TC skin. We're getting a special tool cupboard skin. The first ever tool cupboard skin is expected to be prepared at some point. Maybe it's going to be for April. We shall see. But I believe it's going to be a DLC, as in you got to pay for it. So it is what it is. So yeah, that's everything. That's everything I'm aware of currently. So go forth, go have fun hunting for eggs. I'm actually going to do that. Right now, I'm going to go set up with some friends, with my stream chat right here. We're going to set up a server tomorrow. I want to go do some Easter egg hunts, and whoever collects the most eggs, whoever's the winner, well, you get to win a chicken costume. $10 prize. How could you say no? So if that interests you, consider watching my stream tomorrow, Friday, around 8 o'clock in the evening UK time. We're going to jump in with a server readily prepared. We've got a nice little base all set up. And when the Easter egg hunt begins, you go out there with your baskets, with your silly hats, and grab as many as you can. Whoever collects the most eggs, you're the winner. You win prizes. Sounds good? That's the plan. So with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you all later. See you and goodbye.